The first word on that recording is going to be assholes. Okay, so have you all clicked on the links I gave you to open the character sheets?
Yeah.
Right, so as Laura's done this once before, I will head to her first. What we're going to do is roll the d6s, both together, 5 times to generate your starting attributes. And we roll 2d6 and take the highest. So this is for physical. 6. So if you just put a little 6 in physical and then do that 4 more times.
Yeah, right. Edit would be helpful.
See what Laura's rolling. Exciting.
Hopefully high and everything.
Whoa. Okay.
Do we get?
Calm that down a bit.
Thank you.
There we go. 5. Oh dear, we're going to have someone overpowered. Let's see. Intellect.
I'm gonna be really
stuffed on that.
4. Social skills.
Questionable.
Too real.
5. Are there even 1s and 2s on these dice?
Rigged dice.
I'm gonna have no morale. 6?
Morals, not morale.
Oh yeah.
6. So you're basically a saint.
You're going to be like playing with Zach Brannigan.
No morale. I got no morale.
So is that saved now? It should be auto-saving.
Then yes.
So if you press the magnifying glass, it will reload the page. Oh, I'm missing your morale. Did you type that in yet? 6.
Yep.
We have no morale. We have no morale.
Yeah, if you press the magnifying glass in the top corner, it should update with the latest version. So we can see your stats now.
Cool.
You are very highly powered in this. So what Laura's going to do now is she's going to think, based on those stats, what job on a colony ship would best suit her. So she's very physical, very moral, and quite quite social and coordinated.
Zach Brannigan. Zach Brannigan.
Okay, who wants to?
Oh.
I'm gonna get people to roll, like, so you've got time to think about it.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to plug it in.
Like this?
Yeah, but we'll come back to you.
And then you can use your mouse wheel then. And basically just click it and sort of give it a little push.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is your physical, girlie. 3.
Is this me?
Yeah.
Yep.
I got 5.
It's the top.
Oh.
Yeah, we're just taking the highest of the 2. So that probably not going to end up with 1 in the stat, but there's a 1 in 36 chance. 5 on coordination.
3, 5.
5.
Am I doing well?
On intellect. Which was the stat that Laura was lowest in. 6 on social.
Wait, this sounds like me.
And morals.
-3.
2. So you're not completely immoral. You're quite
5, 5 and 2.
let's say you're a little bit of a rebel.
Yeah.
I'm the party friend.
So you're an intelligent, social, but not very moral person.
Head of the party planning committee.
who am I? Who am I in game? What am I doing in here, Steve? Okay.
Do you want to
right.
move
Do
the
I
cam
need to
again
see
slightly?
mine
Yeah, across there.
In here. Oh, up here.
Yeah.
So physical.
Okay, I'm going to go for it, guys.
3.
Tom, do you want to move the cam slightly because Kelly leans forward when she plays.
Sorry, I didn't get down. What did I get for coordination? 5.
With
Was
3,
it
yeah, 3 5,
5.
3 5 5 6 2.
Ooh. I'm in.
Okay,
Cool.
is that a 4 on physical?
4, and then 6.
Coordinated. Ooh,
And 6.
intelligent.
Ooh, 2.
So you're a nerdy recluse.
Oh, again, who are we in game though?
And morals. Yeah, you're gonna have to shake a bit more vigorously than that.
Oh, that's what she said.
And quite high morals.
Cool.
Okay, so get to thinking what you guys wanna be as a role on this expedition. By the way, these are going to be just for this rehearsal, so we'll roll up again.
I rolled really well.
He said that just to spite you, Laura.
Yeah, I want to roll. I want to roll live when we attempt this.
So what you do is you click on there if you zoom in a bit. So if you use a scroll or use the arrows, and then at the very top right on, if you're out on it, if you press Alt to zoom in, and then press the refresh, and it should.
No.
Okay, it doesn't work like that. Okay, so you must have to press it just as you. It must be just up there. If you zoom in further on, yeah, it doesn't let you do that for some reason.
That's just really upset.
Yeah, it is. Press it on there, baby.
Press it on there.
Yeah, click. If you click off it and then zoom in, and then click back on it. Yeah, I can see it. Okay, so Laura,
Actually, grab.
Yeah.
No,
There
you're
we
good.
go. Nearly.
how are we looking on your occupation?
I went with combat medic.
Ooh.
Where are you getting the list from?
There's no list. It's entirely up to you.
You just made that up. Combat medic.
Yeah, I'd have gone for captain with your stats
Why are you
personally.
captain?
Oh, thank you.
Captain medic.
Yeah.
Captain combat.
Captain, he's a hero.
So you will be like a field medic,
Yeah.
military trained. Okay, Kelly, have you thought of a
I'll
occupation?
negotiate with the terrorists. I need a more official title that's going negotiator.
It can be absolutely
Negotiator.
Negotiator.
It's a very specific.
like a diplomat, maybe,
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair.
Oh,
It's
nice.
galactic diplomat.
Galactic.
or ambassador.
I like
Oh,
all of
Ferrero
those.
Rocher everywhere.
I will spoil you with this Ferrero Rocher.
Wh-
Christmas from Earth. Yeah, I'll be the ambassador.
Which one is? I mean, your stats really say politician to me, but that's not really necessary on a colony ship. All social, no moral. So you're with an ambassador,
Yes.
and Tom.
Where does I write that occupation?
Yeah, occupation.
I was thinking maybe like a navigator.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Like a navigator.
Oh.
we do a coordination and intellect. Yeah.
Yeah, and reasonably moral, but not all social because I'll do it on my own.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, we'll roll again in the actual game, but if you get similar stats, you can pick the same or see how it plays out. If you feel like another occupation would have been more useful in this quest mission thing. Okay, so back to Laura now. We'll do these two together, I think. No, actually, we'll just do qualifications, and then there's something I'll show you in game for the next step. So qualification is going to be you're going to add 2 points to your skills. Again, this is whatever qualification that you want, but obviously it should suit your occupation. Best way is if Laura gives an example. So have you got a qualification in mind?
I guess I probably would have done a medical degree if I'm a medic.
Yeah. But intellect is your lowest, so maybe not a degree.
What, like a basic medic course?
I've
just done first aid.
Yeah.
Now I'm a combat medic.
St. John's ambulance.
Yeah. Certificate.
Yeah.
MBQ health and social care.
Home ec.
First aid in the workplace.
So that's going to give you 2 points in 2 of your skills.
Okay.
So you have to negotiate with me what that's going to be.
So hang on, what was my actual qualification then? If I can't have a degree in medicine,
You can have a degree in medicine, but it'll be like a 2-2.
Like a shit degree.
Yeah. Wanted to be a doctor, but couldn't get in, so you joined the army.
I would say that would give me more points in intellect.
No, it's in your skills.
In my skills.
Yeah, your attributes are fixed now. So like biology, for example.
Let me have a look. I get 2 points. I would say in my perception, perhaps.
Yeah, perception.
Perception and charm, because I learned bedside manners.
Okay, yeah.
Doctors do that. Thing. Okay.
Okay, Kelly?
Okay. Do you want to do Tom first?
So did you
Okay,
use the
yeah, I
roll
can
for it,
do.
or do you use your?
No, just you'll get 2 points. Let me know what qualification you think your character had on the way to becoming a navigator.
Oh, right.
Oh, I see.
And then you just pop a 1 in the box that fits the thingy below in the chart.
I
Yeah.
think I'll go for. It doesn't have to be like a real life qualification you can get here, can it?
No, this isn't set in the future, so you can make it up.
Do anything basically.
So I can get like high level negotiation.
Or linguistics.
Oh,
Yeah.
linguistics, huh?
Law.
That's nice. Law.
law.
Intergalactic law.
Ooh.
Oh, let's have that. I'm gonna have intergalactic law.
And you can
This-
just randomly quote fake laws and be like, I think you find Article 35.
Of the
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
I've got my towel.
Just to give it a bit of background, no alien races have been discovered. This is like
Oh.
this is Earth's first venture outside of the solar system.
In which case, I'm going for like
linguistics would probably be.
yeah, linguistics or like political negotiation. I'm going for diplomatic negotiation.
So you want to put a point in languages and negotiation in the skills.
Thank you. Where skills? Physical skills, coordination skills, nunchuck skills. Do I put it in practice?
Yeah,
Trained or mastered?
1 point in practice. Yeah. So
Negotiation. In
basically, what that means is when you roll negotiation, if we were to roll it now before finishing making our characters, you would roll 2 green dice. That's why it says GG next to practice. Yellow dice are better, so you want to be putting more points. And Tom?
So I think astronomy would make sense for me.
Yeah.
So do I just put it in the GG? Yeah.
Yeah. And one other, or you could put 2 in astronomy if you wanted.
Maybe astronomy and computing, because I'm a
Yeah.
geek.
Yeah.
Like a good star map.
And what was the qualification you got?
Graduated from the David Bowie Starman Academy.
Could be physics.
Degree in astrophysics. We'll go with.
Okay. Yeah.
Stu, when we're on the tabletop screen, how do we scroll down on the character sheet?
Click on it and then mouse wheel, and then click somewhere else to come off it.
Doesn't seem to work for me.
Astrophysics all one word.
Click in the middle and then scroll.
Hyphenate.
No, I think it's all right.
No?
No, it's not working.
In practice.
Because I've disabled tablet, I guess. I didn't want to.
Okay.
I'm going to enable tablet for you guys so you can scroll up and down. Just be really careful because clicking in the wrong place on the tablet can completely mess up the whole sheet.
Oh, right, if we change the URL or something.
Yeah, I've made it read only, so it shouldn't affect it. But there you go, you've got permission now. Does that allow you to scroll down?
Yeah, that's good, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, because you're using WASD to move around. If you click in a box after doing that, it just types a load of WASD nonsense.
Be careful.
Yeah. But they're all set to read only on my screen, so as long as they are on your screen as well, you shouldn't be able to edit the boxes via the tablet, just via the actual document itself.
Yeah, it says read only for us as well, that's cool.
Okay, now if you could click in the top middle, there's Notebook, and if you go down to Intensive.
Oh, I'm upside down and I've gone weird.
No. Okay.
Yeah, and there's a list of intensive courses there. So like hunting gives you a +1 in all of those things. Spacefaring gives you a +1. This is so while you were preparing in the International Space Station for your journey on the colony ship, they run VR simulations to improve and teach you useful skills for colonizing these planets. And there were several courses available. So which course did your character choose?
Where's the course sheet? Sorry.
If you press
right bar, there's Notebook. Right next to table flip. Where it says flip, if you click Notebook, and then on the left it says Intensive, it's there.
Ah, right, cool.
Intensive, got you.
and you can refer to this notebook at any time. I've put the rules in here, so it's basically the rule book. So if you're wondering something but you don't want to interrupt what's going on, it might be in the rule book for you. And then you've got your own personal note sheet that only you can access. I can see it as well. So if you want to write your notes, or if you want to pass a note to me without people knowing, just type it in your personal notebook, which is labelled your colour.
Oh. Can I write a note to any of the characters in here?
No, you can't access.
I see. So I can just write my own.
So you can't
notes.
write Willie.
I was totally just going to write. I was like, can I write a note to anybody here?
I know you so well.
It's true. It's so predictable, aren't I? I have to start writing Tadger everywhere instead.
Variations on the theme.
Yeah.
So have you got a course, Laura?
Yeah. I think I'm going to go with field support.
That makes sense, yeah. So if you add the bonuses that field support provides...
Could you tell me what they are when I'm on a different screen, so I can add them in?
I could. It will take longer if I do that, but I could.
Oh, so if you choose field support, you get +1 to all the 5 below.
6, yeah.
Oh wow, cool.
Oh, this is cool.
You
Okay.
ready?
I've got them. It's okay.
You got them? Okay.
Yeah. Get one in memory. One in will.
Kelly?
I'm thinking either sergeant or field support or spacefaring. But I would imagine that Tom will probably go spacefaring.
I was going to spacefaring.
Laura's gone field support, so I should probably go sergeant.
That makes sense.
Okay.
So I have a different set of skills.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll have them. So
Yeah.
I'll go fill them in my character sheet.
Yep.
That's cool though.
And you'll be going spacefaring, Tom?
Yes, please.
Yep. Yeah, drop those into your sheet.
Yeah. So if you already have one in practice, then you become trained in that.
Exactly.
Ah. In the trained column. You put your little ones in the trained column now. Oh, I didn't know it did that. Look at that.
Yeah, it's nice.
Oh, that's better than what was happening for me earlier. It didn't let me click into it though. Shit. Oh, now what's happening? Sorry. It's gone angry. There we go. My thing went angry at me. Sorry. It's not even my laptop.
Just for this.
Just for D&D, yeah. Listen to it. It's so angry.
Yeah.
Okay. Where am I? Can you? Sorry. That you can
That's
hear
alright.
it.
Mine does that as well. I'm using Stu's.
You ready, Laura?
Yep.
Okay, so this is the last big thing that we need to do on character creation. You see that each of the sections in the skills matches each of the abilities that you rolled the dice for. So, for example, the top box is physical skills, and the first ability is physical. Laura rolled a 6, so she gets to put 6 more points into physical.
Yes, I do. Okay.
Uh,
So I'm gonna put another one in will. Take that up to 2. That's 1 point. I'm gonna put 2 in constitution.
You don't have to read them out.
Okay.
Yeah, just so 6 for physical, 5 for coordination, and if you guys are ready, do the same.
Yeah. Where did you get that number from?
So it's what you rolled, and you put at the in your abilities. So for example, Kelly, you rolled 3 for physical, and you put a 3 in there. So you put 3 more points into your physical skills.
My physical box.
Yeah.
In the physical section, I can put them
Yeah.
anywhere in the physical skills.
Anywhere in that section.
So they go in practice, trained, or mastered.
You start at practiced. If you've already got one in practiced, you put one in trained. So if you wanted to put all 3 of your points into intimidation, for example, you could be a master intimidator, but you would have no strength or reactions.
Okay.
Um,
Okay, I see.
Just whether you want to be balanced or.
Physical's probably the most important for combat, which makes sense really. Reactions is going to be your initiative, so the order that you act in the turn-based combat. Athletics is going to be the distance you can move. Your will is how many of these morale tokens you get. When you run out of morale, you lose the will to go on in some way. So you might break down crying, you might flee the battle, you might just go into a blind rage if you're a particularly physical and immoral person, just swinging wildly or shooting wildly. And your constitution affects how much of a pain threshold you have, which is how much damage you can take before you pass out.
So in coordination skills, for example, I was trained in the academy on the VR thing, so I've already put 1 in the trained column. Is that right?
Yeah.
And then-
Yeah.
and I've got 6 points which I can use in any one of these categories. If let's say I wanted to increase that, I could put 7 into engineering trained. Would that be right?
No, it's like a tally, so it goes 1 in each. It's just to show the box is full.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Once you've
Rather than
got
the quantity.
once you've
So
got
the max
3,
you
you're
can do
max.
is 3, which is mastered.
Right. Okay. So if I use 3 points, that's mastered. 2
Yeah.
is trained. And 1's right with
Right.
you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can add 1 into intimidation and become mastered in intimidation.
Yeah,
Because
you
I
already
trained
have to
in
do
it.
it. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, cool.
Right.
Cool. So now I've used 1.
That's 1.
So I'm very intimidating.
But slow and weak.
No, whoa, hang on a minute. Seriously.
You got one from sergeant training, didn't you?
Yeah, I got will, and I got intimidation from sergeant training. So
Nice. Yeah. So you've done
I
physical.
get 2 points in will for my 1 point, don't I? Each
Yeah.
2 points for morale, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm wondering if I wanted to put one of my physical points into will, it would give me another 2 in will. So I can do
Yeah.
as many as I like in there. I think that's worth doing.
And once we've gone through this scenario, you'll understand which skills are going to be more useful and which, like, if you've got any weaknesses, and how morale works and how pain threshold works. So don't worry too much now. Carry on, sorry.
And then do we do the same for like intellectual?
Yeah, all the way down.
Right.
But moral doesn't have a box. That is literally just how you should play your character. If you rolled a high number, you are a saint. If you rolled a low number, you are have complete disregard for any rules and completely out for yourself.
Right.
Cool. In which case, I'm going to get some points up in sleight of hand. Because I'm an asshole. Stealthy, steely. I got intellectual 5.
3.
And, social adapt.
6. Social 2.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Laura, just a little hint for future. Remember to mute when you leave and come back. Otherwise, when you're fiddling about with headset, it's like quite loud.
God's sake, Laura.
Oh my god. I've done this before.
Yeah, also Kelly's gone off camera again.
I can't see it though because Tom's is in the little corner. Tom won't let me have my own camera, that's why.
If you want.
I've got one. Can I come on?
Yeah, we can try.
Listen to that. That doesn't want it really, does it? I've been putting my hand there, letting it burn my fingers. So we've all got soot on it from the.
Yeah, be careful because my friend's laptop burnt out the other day. It was on a table, and it actually.
We it slightly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we put a little wedge under it to give it a bit of underneath.
That's good.
We have to. Yeah, go on, stick it in your hand. Do you want me to go? Because I'm off camera.
Okay.
Oh look, Tom's gone. It's Kelly's show.
Laura,
Rubbish show.
have you finished putting your points in?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to refresh your sheet. Right. So if we... oh, you didn't type your intensive course. So because you've added 2 points to each will and constitution, I'm going to create you some more of these tokens here, which will represent your... it would just be a really easy way to quickly track your morale.
Cool.
So you have 14 morale and 14 pain threshold.
Nice.
And really, have you finished adding your points, Kelly?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I should have done. Is it refresh for you?
Exactly the same for you.
I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, I have to refresh on my side. So.
Stop it. Go away.
Oops.
Oh,
Oh, you also haven't typed in your intensive course.
I'm just trying to do it now. I'll just,
Okay.
I'll do that in a second.
Is it one intensive course?
If you're,
It's the one you
spacefaring,
chose. Yeah, spacefaring. Just to type at the top, just to remember.
There you go, I'm in.
And
My laptop's so angry.
Keeps going through phases.
It does. It's like a teenager. It's like an angry teenager.
sorry. So you didn't put any points in will or constitution, Dom?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, so you're the base 10 pain threshold and morale. You can fill those in if you want, but you've also got the tokens to represent. It's the box above your attributes. Okay, now back to Laura for you can fill in your movement speed,
Okay.
which is 5 plus 1 for each level of athletics.
Where's movement?
Underneath
7 then.
the weapons.
And how many did I have? Sorry, pain and morale.
You've got 14 of each, because each point adds 2 to the 10 that you start with.
Nice.
And have I got 10? Have I got 10 of each? Sorry, Stu, because I
Didn't add
didn't
anything.
do it right.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Brilliant, thanks.
Yeah, if you each fill in your athletics at the bottom of the skills. Sorry, your movement, which is 5 plus athletics. And now is the what the part that's interesting for me, the fun for the GM bit. Your lowest stat is your floor. So if you open up the notebook,
Yeah.
and click floors. So, for example, Laura, your lowest stat is intellect. So you have a mental disability.
Oh. I've got a criminal past.
So it needs to be something that can be triggered at a certain point during the game. Basically, what happens is each of you picks one of these fate tokens. Now, if you're in a situation where you feel like it's crucial that you want to succeed, but the dice aren't in your favor. So say, for example, you're not even practiced in something, so you've only got 1 green dice, but I tell you to roll a purple and a red because it's a difficult task, and you're like, a lot hinges on this. If I roll the dice, most of the time I'm going to lose. So what I want to do is use my fate token, which you can do once per session.
No, question mark.
They're the question marks, and when you use it, will be the first time you flip it over. So until that point, you're not allowed to flip it over. It's just going to be a question mark. You flip it over. 4 of the 6 fate tokens have a smiley face, and you automatically succeed no matter how difficult the task is. 2 of the 6 tokens have a little explosion symbol, meaning that it was a complete disaster, and you triggered your flaw. So, for example, Laura's trying to do a really difficult task. She says, I want to spend my fate token. She flips it over and it's the explosion symbol. Her mental disability comes into play, ruining whatever action she was trying to do.
Dribbles on the electric panel and it bursts into flames and we all die.
So, what particular flaw do you want to go for, Laura? What mental disability? Obviously nothing that it completely cripples your character. You can't be like brain dead.
You have multiple personality disorder and occasionally become like Mary Berry. That's going to be a good thing. That's like being Hulk.
Yeah.
It mostly would be a good thing, but then Laura uses a fate token to see if she can use an aircraft. What would Mr. T say to that? Oh no! He'd say, "I ain't getting on no plane."
I don't have that.
You don't have that one.
As if we haven't got plane.
Oh no!
I'm sending it back. It's not Mr. T in my pocket. It's a dirty lie.
Disability. What about if I do just go for like Tourette's?
Yeah. If it's so it's going to be like Tourette's with a tick as well. So if it's a task that doesn't involve speaking, maybe your hand twitches, knocks something off, or presses the wrong button, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or have Mr. T-Rex.
So yeah, I think we can work with that. Yeah. So Kelly, you mentioned yours was criminal past.
Yeah.
So what were you like? Were you in prison? Were you let off?
I think I tortured people and got done as a crime of war or something.
War crime.
War crime. I think it was a war crime. Crime of war.
That yeah.
War crime.
Another little.
This is role play.
So, have you disconnected?
And then got in trouble for it, which gives me haunting post-traumatic stress.
Yeah, so if you put your criminal past is torture, and also that sometimes, let's say you have flashbacks, so that if it might come up that you just can't resist, if you're in a situation where...
He's not getting this stabby.
I want to stick this rifle up his nose hole.
Yeah, so during a negotiation, you instead of rolling your really high negotiation stat, you might decide to spend a fate token and just end up pulling someone's fingernails off.
Oh, just going that one torture too far.
Which is really extreme when the alien that you meet is just a giant hand.
Just a giant finger. I basically ripped his head off. A finger with 10 little toes at the bottom that walk him along. That's creepy, isn't it?
Yeah. So, Tom, what was your lowest?
Phobia. Social.
Oh,
You know what Tom doesn't like?
Do you know what? I don't like spiders.
Spiders.
Spider
Okay. Should we broaden it to creepy qualities?
Yeah, or I could just be an agoraphobic. I hate being outside, so doing like spacewalks or whatever.
He just wants to be in the cockpit.
You want to be in the cockpit.
Right.
Yeah, my hesitation with agoraphobia is there'd be situations where it'd be really difficult to apply it.
Right.
Yeah, if you're sat in the cockpit in your natural environment, like in the navigator's seat, and then you spend your token and you fail. It's like, ugh,
Don't go
what do I do?
Afraid of women.
Yeah, you can be afraid of women. Come on, think about your stats. That's quite a good one. And it is roleplay.
Afraid of. It is a social thing. It could be afraid. I don't know. That couldn't necessarily be applied in all things. Though. What do you reckon? I'm happy with bugs.
Go for bugs then.
Yeah, I think I can get bugs into any situation.
That's confident of you.
Alright.
Yeah. Okay, so now if each of you would like to pick one of the 6 tokens and put it next to your character without looking at it. There are these question marks here next to the dice box.
How do I spin it around without flipping it?
It's a bit risky because it's you scroll up to turn it around, but if you click the scroll button, it will flip it.
Doing it
Just
gently.
pick a random one of those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. I'm having that one.
Hang on, sorry, I was.
That's right. So you're gonna grab one of them. And where do we put it? Just next to our whatever.
Yeah, if you just drop it somewhere in your box.
In my box.
Oh, don't turn it over.
Oh!
Yeah, I'll put it on the other side of your thing because this area you'll be rolling the dice.
Okay.
And that is your character created.
Cool.
Yeah.
Winning!
So I will jump straight into the story.
Cool.
So, this is your avatar which you've created for.
Nobody's come up with names.
Oh yeah. Well done, Laura.
Thank you. Teacher's pet.
Or genders.
I've said that I'm female already.
Oh, I can see Laura's already way ahead of us with the male the male spelling of Bobby as a female. Controversial.
I can do what I want. It's not real.
I've got a real thing about naming stuff.
I've gone for Arnold J. Schwimmer, which is it's the bastard child of Arnold J. Rimmer and David Schwimmer.
David Schwimmer's a really unusual choice. Maybe I should be male and be Keanu LeBlanc and I'd be real hot.
Yeah.
If you can all think about me, being real hot.
Does he have David Schwimmer's voice?
Oh,
Can you do it? Can you do Ross?
I wouldn't do Ross.
I'd love to see you do Ross.
We were on a break.
No, it's when he makes the mojitos. No, that's no to that.
Oh,
That was too deep a Friends reference.
You got it though, Laura. Good work.
I don't know what I'm going to call mine. We should have done this hours ago. I'm a lady. I can't be Keanu LeBlanc. I can be. I'll be a lady called Keanu LeBlanc.
Kiani.
Kiana.
LeBlanchette. It'd be
No, I
Kate
don't want to.
LeBlanchette.
I don't.
Okay. Yeah, so these are your avatars and don't necessarily represent your actual self. These are the characters that you created for yourself in the VR training simulator. So you're escorted there now, and you're placed on a bed, and a glass like half cylinder closes around you. So you're kind of like in the half test tube, half bed setup, and then on the glass in front of you, a display pops up with a Chinese man wearing military gear. You guys all know this. You're familiar with this guy. This is Corporal Wong. He is your team leader for your particular division. And he says, these are the new recruits. And he looks down to his left as if he's looking to someone for confirmation that you can't see off camera. He says, so you think you have what it takes to be an away team? He pauses slightly just to see if anyone interrupts him at that point. But he quickly continues with, well, listen, we have a bit of a situation. The previous away team was attempting to establish a permanent biodome on an inhabited planet. It seemed to be going well. They made contact with the locals, a race that we're calling the Phalanx. Due to their cat-like nature, we were able to insert a translator chip into their ambassador, and your watch system has been updated with their language. However, it seems that the Phalanx were at war with another race, as yet unnamed. This new race now sees us as an ally to the Phalanx, and they have attacked the foundations of our biodome. So the biodome has been damaged beyond repair, and we need to set up this biodome on the planet. Oh, you both got kicked. Internet fail.
Switch from the server. Sorry, join again.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Join in one at a time though, because you don't want to.
I don't think my laptop's going to have that any other way right now.
So they want to establish a biodome, and they also would like it if you could establish peaceful relations with both of the species on this planet. Then he like a mission briefing pops up on the screen outlining the fact that you need to set up a biodome as your primary goal and establish communication and relations with the inhabitants as an optional secondary goal. And then he says, any questions?
No.
Do we know the language?
Yeah, we've got a translator.
So you know the language of one of the two species.
Oh.
The feline ones.
But you guys will be familiar with what they call the Watch. It's a technology. Basically, it's like has all the features that a smartphone would have. It has a communicator which links to a microchip which is embedded just behind your ear, so you can hear communications with other people without anyone else being able to hear. You can speak into it to communicate with other people, and these chips that you have implanted, it also has 4 of them attached on the back of it. You can pull them out, and if you attach it to someone's nervous system, it will attempt to decrypt the language. So the more that you speak to the person or get them to speak to you, this AI will it basically sees the images that the being is picturing in their mind and translates that into English for you.
Have we seen the people that they're fighting with? Do we know what they look like?
You have. Are you saying that as you or as the character?
The character.
Okay, so Corporal 1 shows you a very short video of some grainy CCTV footage from in the biodome. You see these dog-like creatures scurrying around on their back legs. They're wearing metallic clothing, probably armor, and they have melee weapons, and they're smashing things, setting fire to things, and then you see momentarily one close to the camera you see this wolf-like face just for a moment as he smashes the camera and the feed goes down.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, also your watch has got a scanner in, so you can it can identify the elemental makeup of things. It can make educated guesses to the purposes of things. It is an AI. It will learn. It will grow with you. But it only has Earth as a reference point, as do you. So if anything is completely alien, it will just return with an error, unknown material or unknown species.
Okay.
Cool.
Last thing, with the microchips, there is a numbing agent. So if you were to just stab them in someone, it would hurt. They would probably see it as an attack. But if you apply this numbing agent first, it should prevent them from feeling the microchip going in. So you could even do it stealthily if you were able to.
Cool.
Okay. So, any further questions?
No, because we're in a simulator, aren't we? So this isn't at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, you're speaking to, yeah.
How long has the other team been there for?
They've returned now. They were there for 3 days.
Oh, okay.
They went down in a partially assembled bio unit shuttle, which was very expensive, and it's now been wrecked. So if it could be repaired, that would be better for us. But we do have others. If you find that region or that facility is beyond hope, we can launch another unit. Yeah, you can be in contact with me, says Corporal Wong, via the watch. It has a small video display, so we can have a conversation.
Okay. Cool.
Thank you, Corporal Wong.
Yeah.
Oh.
Um,
He was in the wrong time at the wrong place, wasn't he? Oh.
he says one final thing, although I am military.
Wrong
I realise you are civilians. This is not a military operation. We are all working together. It's up to you guys if you want to form a leadership hierarchy, or if you want to work together equally. Just note that we will be monitoring you and we will be assessing your performance. And then he salutes you, and the image shrinks to nothing. And once it has, you realise that you can no longer see the glass tube, but in fact you are in a locker room, and there are rows and rows of lockers. And a little heads-up display pops up and says, please remember to take your weapon and equipment. So if each of you would like to pick a weapon and something else that you think will be useful on this quest, as it's a simulation, the lockers have almost everything available. Your current technology level is think maybe interstellar. That sort of like it's Earth's first voyage outside the solar system, but we have discovered near light speed travel and also wormhole travel. So things like laser rifles might be an option. but it's totally up to you guys if you want to describe the weapon.
So they're not already existing.
No, you.
To make them up.
Yeah.
Cool.
As long as I'm just going to provide you with the stats for it, so you're not going to be overpowered. But if you want to say that you've got such and such.
What if I have, for example, because I've already got, I'm trained in how to use a pistol. If I use a pistol, would that give me some advantage?
Yes, that would definitely give you an advantage.
I'm trained in pistol as well. What if I got a ray gun? Is that similar as a pistol?
Yeah, you could have a. So you want a gun that shoots a continuous beam?
Yes.
Yeah, you can have that.
Deadly beam. But
you
can also be set to stun.
Okay, yeah. If you put that on your little inventory card, if you right click it and then edit the notes, or you could either put it on your put it on currently equipped in your left or right hand, depending on what hand your character uses to.
Oh, but my right hand's already got a watch on it. Does that matter?
No, that's not in your hand. It's just on your left wrist. Yeah, it won't affect anything.
Cool.
Currently equipped. How do I edit it?
You just literally, if you
right click.
You like it in there.
How?
If you move a bit further back, if you like.
Yeah, it's annoying that they don't put the name in the description at the top.
And then you can right click there, and then it's
still doing it, right?
Yeah, it's still, you just have to get right back.
How's it going?
There you go. Then you just click in there.
Okay, cool. Cool. So I want a pulse rifle. Because I've already trained in a rifle. So
it's going to shoot a ball of energy.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And we get to choose a bit of useful equipment as well.
Yeah, one other thing you can take. I mean, you've got your default Pioneer uniform, which provides you with 2 defense.
Can I take what are those things that Batman has?
A grapple hook.
Grapple.
Yeah, nice.
With a rope.
Yep.
Or with some kind of
chain.
laser
rope.
magnetic suck-up thing.
A magnetic grapple. Yep.
Magnetic
bring
grapple.
things to you or go
and
to
I
you.
could go to them, yeah. Is that right, Stu?
Yep.
I put that in my left hand or my accessories.
Whichever one you prefer.
Yeah, wherever. If you want to be constantly carrying it, or if you just want to, there's a.
I have a holster.
There's backpacks in this room. There's a bin full of backpacks.
Take it in my accessories for now because I'll probably get it out with the time I want to use it.
Mm-hmm. You gone for a pistol as well, Tom?
I've gone for a multi-tool pistol. So it'll be if you imagine Judge Dredd's kind of thing where you could say grenades or rapid fire, or is that all right?
Okay, but the ammo for that is going to be very expensive.
Okay. Okay, so I just go with an. Oh, so what if I wanted to go with grenade rounds? It'd be more than standard.
Yeah, it'd use up the equivalent of 10 pistol bullets.
Oh, right. Okay. In that case, I might just go for a standard issue pistol.
Yeah, like a projectile one with bullets.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Actually, no. I'll go for a laser one so that I can use stun as well. I don't
yeah.
We're on a peaceful mission. We're trying to sort shit out here.
Yep.
As a medic, will I already have a medic kit?
So yeah, that can be your one item that you take as well. Is the med kit.
Can I just have that anyway and pick something cooler?
No. One item only.
Can I decide what's in my medic kit?
Within reason, yeah. I mean, there'd just be the usual stuff.
I really want some hover boots.
That's not in the.
For a medic kit, so I can get to places quickly.
That's not in the medic kit. You can have it instead of the medic kit.
Yes.
But you won't be able to do any of your field support.
You'll just be able to fly around and go woohoo.
Which would be cool.
Oh, Mr. Bobby's on a jolly.
Are you actually going to have their boots over the medkit?
Went medic kit.
Yeah.
Sensible. I'd much rather have the booth. Maybe next time I'll take like athlete or something. Like cool opposite.
Okay, Tom?
Yeah, I've gone with laser pistol. Is that all right? And then I can choose whether it's stun or kill.
Yeah, you can have one other thing. An item, not a weapon.
Not a weapon, like an accessory.
Oh, can I have a Swiss Army knife?
Yeah?
All right. Yeah, just so I can use it for multiple things.
Yeah, in case they bring out the wine and you need to open it.
Exactly. I was really tempted to write Swiss cheese, and that could be my best. I'll bring out some cheese and be like, "Look, guys, can we just make friends and eat some cheese?"
That would end war.
Swiss Army cheese.
Ferrero Rocher from Earth to help negotiations.
All the dairy.
It's
the Swiss Army knife that my father gave me.
Wow.
okay.
Oh.
He's dead now.
What do you think that story for?
Did he fall on top of the Swiss Army knife? And that's what killed him?
Impaled on his own Swiss Army knife.
I can't promise you that. What was her name? Keanu.
Yeah.
I can't promise you that she won't take your Swiss Army knife and use it for some immoral purpose during some torture session.
Put some skills in sleight of hand already.
She'll get the toothpick thing out and start.
I put down a pencil. Should have been Keanu Wick.
Oh.
Too late.
So we're just over the hour mark now. So I'm gonna have a break in the video.
Cool. That's with that courgettes in the video, like,